Someone, you create a visionary. Someone. How do we start? It's been a long one. To inner liberation's been a long one. To inner liberation's been a long one. To inner liberation, it's been a long walk. To freedom, comrade. It's been a long walk. To freedom, comrade. It's been a long walk to inner liberation, been a long walk to inner liberation's been a long walk to inner liberation's been a long walk to inner liberation. It's been a long walk to freedom, comrade. It's been a long walk to freedom, comrade. It's been a long walk to inner liberation's been a long walk to inner liberation's been a long walk. Welcome, ngiyakwamukela, to Itemba Temple, where we activate hope in our body temple. Emzimbeni wethu, emzimbeni wami, emzimbeni wami, emzimbeni wami, emzimbeni wami. Yo, welcome, ngiyakwamukela. Igama lam uThembelihle intombi yakabuthelezi. Hayi, ngithi welcome, ngiyakwamukela. Welcome to Itemba Temple. I'm Thembi Buthelezi. Thembi Buthelezi. We say it in the American way. Thembi Buthelezi. I had a Chinese name. Last time I made a mistake. I said Wo Chao Yu. That not right Chinese. Not right Mandarin. Not right. Ni Chao Dani. That was my Chinese name. Dani. Ni Chao Thembi. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being on my journey. It has been an incredible path to inner liberation. It has been such an incredible path to inner liberation. I am just like, whoa. Like, whoa. Like, whoa. Like, whoa. I got some stories for you. I got some stories. Okay. So, how are you? My love bugs. How are you doing, my love bugs? It's good to be happy. It's good to be happy. You know? You don't know. If you're miserable, you don't know. It's good to be happy, you know? And just be grateful. Just be grateful for just being awake. Just being alive. Grateful for the internet so that I can connect and create my work as it flows through me. It's flowing through me. Grateful for my amazing coffee. Grateful for my body temple. Grateful for this incredible apartment. Grateful for the country that I live in, sovereign country that has never been colonized. And for me to have the wisdom to move to a country that has never been colonized so that I could work out my own psychology. Oh, the wisdom. I'm so thankful for that. And I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for you. Thank you so much. I'm really, really grateful for you. I'm really grateful for you for being on this journey with me. For all the people that watch my live streams, thank you so much. You know what? I am Giyabonga. Thank you so much. Thank you. So today we are going to call back our energy. Sizobuyisa umoya wethu, sizolanda umoya wethu. Sizobuyisa umoya wethu ukuthi ubuye ekhaya, ubuye engqondweni yethu. Engqondweni yethu. Remember? Yesterday I kept saying in Xhosa, which is my mother's tongue, native tongue, and Zulu, my dad's native language, we have a way with the tongue. We have a way with the tongue. So I'm teaching you Zulu. Ngiyakufundisa Zulu. It's such a powerful language. It's such a beautiful language. Especially, well, Xhosa has a lot more. And I've been listening to Nelson Mandela speeches. I got some stories for you. And I'm like, it's beauty. It's beauty. Okay. So we're going to call back our energy. It's important that we call back our energy. So let's take a deep breath in through the nose. Now that we've had our chitty chat. And be here in this moment. Sitting up straight. Pushing our shoulders back. Just rolling your shoulders back. Just rolling your shoulders back. Rolling them forward. Just feel energy in your body. Just like that aliveness in your body. You are here. You've chosen to be here. You chose to be on planet Earth because you're such a powerful being. You chose, you said, for such a time as this, I choose to come to planet Earth. You're such a powerful being. Such a powerful being. You might be awakening to that in this moment, to how powerful you are in connection with God consciousness or life consciousness. Because this word God has so many connotations, so we'll refer to life consciousness, pure life. And as we take a deep breath in through our nose and let it out with a sigh and drop the shoulders. We give ourselves permission to just be. You are a human being. And sometimes we forget that we are human beings. Human beings. We become human doings. This is what annihilation consciousness would have you believe, that you are a human doing instead of a human being. You are a human being. Well, you're a spiritual being. You're a spiritual being. That is your true identity. That's even another one of these annihilation consciousness inverted understandings. You're not a human being. You're not just a human being. You're having a human experience. You're a spiritual being. Can you imagine? That means you never die. You're immortal. You're immortal. So let's take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Please continue breathing. moya wami buye ekhaya. Moya wami buye ekhaya. Moya wami buye ekhaya. Moya wami buye ekhaya. Maziwe lezinto ezikwe ngomoya wami. Maziwe lezinto ezikwe ngomoya wami. Mabawe labantu abasebenzisa umoya wami. Abawe labantu abasebenzisa umoya wami. Moya wami buye ekhaya. Moya wami buye ekhaya. Moya wami buye ekhaya. Moya wami buye ekhaya. Aziwe lezinto ezikwe ngomoya wami. Aziwe lezinto ezikwe ngomoya wami. Moya wami buye ekhaya. Moya wami buye ekhaya. Maziwe lezinto, maziwe bu, maziwe lezinto, seziwile lezinto bu, seziwile lezinto bu. Your energy is precious. Your energy belongs to you. Your energy is yours. It is precious. It belongs to you. You are the only person that is entitled to the use of your energy to fulfill the purpose you came to this life experience to fulfill. You are entitled to call back your energy from places and spaces where you have not consented for any of your energy to be used, including your ideas, your face, your beingness, your essence. And whatever has been propping up your energy, whether it is a company, whether it is a country, whether it is people's stories, let it collapse in this moment. I speak knowing that my word is law. It does not come back void. It is a law. Segunjalo. 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 You need your energy to fulfill your life's purpose. You are entitled to call back your energy and return back to sender what was never yours. And in this moment, as I speak this word, it is law. Let the chips fall where they may. Segunjalo. Good. Please open up your eyes. If your eyes were closed, open up your eyes. Vula mehlo. That's what we would say in Zulu. Vula mehlo. Vula mehlo. Okay, let's read. Shall we read? Day 83. Day 83. Integration Day. The sacred fire of a righteous response. I have not been angry without cause. Today, you integrate the profound recognition that sacred anger serves justice, protection, and restoration rather than ego defense, personal revenge, or emotional reactivity. You've witnessed how righteous anger arises when genuine injustice violates principles of fairness, safety, dignity, and integrity across all domains of life. The pattern of anger with cause reveals itself as sacred response to violations of fundamental human rights and dignity, whether financial exploitation, spiritual abuse, relational violation, mental health injustice, or environmental destruction. This anger serves the collective good rather than personal vindication. Your nervous system has learned to distinguish between reactive anger rooted in personal wounds and righteous anger responding to genuine injustice. Sacred anger feels clean, energizing, and motivating towards positive action, while reactive anger feels clouded, depleting, and focused on personal retaliation or ego protection. Embodiment practice. Sit in meditation and feel into the difference between reactive anger and sacred anger in your body. Notice how righteous anger feels expansive, energizing, and clarifying, while reactive anger feels contracting, draining, and confusing. And say, I honor my sacred anger as righteous response to injustice and channel it towards positive action that serves the collective good. Okay. Shall we read again? I have not been angry without cause. You have a right to your rage and your anger, especially if injustice, boundary violations, smear campaigns, money has been stolen, your life has been endangered. You have a right to sacred rage. Okay. Today, you integrate the profound recognition that sacred anger serves justice, protection, and restoration rather than ego defense, personal revenge, or emotional reactivity. You've witnessed how righteous anger arises when genuine injustice violates principles of fairness, safety, dignity, and integrity across all domains of life. In Buddhist philosophy, there are hell realms. They talk about the hell realms. 8 hell realms. I remember living through these hell realms. Last year, this time, I was in hell realms. I was just hell realms, oscillating between hell realms. Annihilation consciousness would have you believe that you must die to go to heaven or hell. No, not true. A majority of human beings are living in hell realms, waiting to die to go to heaven. Waiting to die to go to heaven. I experienced hell realms and what hell realms are while living in a paradise of an island. I was in hell realms. The amount of lies and smear campaigns and people coming to my house to try to kill me, I was like, I understand what hell realms are. Truly, I understand what hell realms are. I left the island and I moved to Bangkok, and I just started writing, and I just started writing, and I just started writing, and I just started writing. And then I started watching Nelson Mandela's speeches. And I was like, wow. What a powerful man. What a powerful soul. And what a powerful mission he led. And he started. It was the start. Coming out of prison after 27 years, it was the start. Truth and reconciliation was the start. This idea of forgiveness was the start, but it was surface level. It was very noble. Very, 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 very noble. Without Nelson Mandela's struggles, without Nelson Mandela's hardships, and all the people in South Africa that were in the fight to abolish apartheid, I would not be here. I wouldn't have never traveled the world. I would have never gotten educated in the US. I would not be here. I would have never worked on Wall Street. So I will forever be grateful for that. Forever be grateful for that. But what I heard him say in one of his speeches is, he was talking about immortality. And he said, there are people who will be known for their criminal activities, for their lies, for their theft, for the rot. In South Africa, we literally say this, the rot that they are. And there are those that their names will be remembered, and they will be they'll be immortal because of the good deeds that they've done on this planet. Okay, that's a start. The truth is, I'm already immortal. The truth is, I don't die. And until I can understand that about myself, I live in a lot of fear. And every single action, every single purposeful action I think is purposeful, will end up backfiring. Because number one, I'm afraid of death. I think that if I do a lot of good things and help a lot of poor people, that will be my reward, and people will remember me forever. People don't remember you forever. This is the nature of human. The young people in South Africa, I was watching a video, they're like, yeah, we are the new Nelson Mandelas. And they making reality shows about being a slay queen. I mean, a slay queen is a woman who is like a concubine for rich men in South Africa. I'm like, okay. Like sugar babes. Yes, they go for sugar daddies. In America, they call them sugar daddies. They go for sugar daddies. In South Africa, they call them slay queens. Like, we are the new Nelson Mandelas. I'm like, this man spent 27 years in prison, was beaten, all sorts, humiliated, dehumanized. And being a sugar babe and a sugar daddy is the new Nelson Mandela. Okay? This is how low consciousness has fallen. This is how low it's fallen. This is how low consciousness has fallen. All over the world. All over the world it's fallen. So first we need to understand that we are immortal. Death has no power over you. Nelson Mandela proved this. I proved this. They came to my house to try to kill me when I was living on the island. I said, I will teach them a lesson. I took my Osset statue and I had a knife and I said, I will stab them. One of us will go, but we will all go together. Yes. Truth is this. Okay. Number one, you are immortal. I've had AK-47s to my head. I'm still here. I'm immortal. If you don't know that you're immortal to begin with, death has no power over you. Everything you do is based from fear. I need people to remember me. I need to do many good things for people to remember me, no matter what it takes. Even if I've got to be a cryptocurrency scam artist, even if I've got to kill my own sibling, even if I've got to sell my own country, it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. People are going to know. I'm just going to move from country to country, scamming, telling lies, creating all sorts of stories. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Even if I lose my mind in the process, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. My stories don't make sense. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I am going to be known for whom I am. But the thing is, the laws of life are such. What you plant, you must reap. What you plant, you must reap. If you plant deceit, dishonesty, lies, theft, the universe does not care about your personal ego and your diaper consciousness. The universe is such. So there is a lot of injustice in the world. I'm just sharing my small fragment of injustice. There is a lot of injustice in this world. Just thinking about apartheid injustice, I'm just like, just thinking about slavery, I'm just like, just thinking about the Holocaust, all the injustices in the world. Okay? All of these injustices can make you really angry. Oh, they can make you really angry. The solution would be take an anger management class. Okay. A Course in Miracles would say, you're not really angry about what you think you're really angry about. Okay, let's unpack that. During COVID, I was hella angry at the healthcare system. I was so angry. I was so angry. I would just fume. I would go into the desert and just scream into the openness of the desert and just scream. I would just go into the desert and just scream. I would just take my clothes off and just walk naked in the desert. Nobody there. The whole day, just walked naked like a crazy person, okay? I was feeling so much heat and so much rage inside. Rage. I knew that I was not emotionally balanced to come up with a solution at that moment because the rage had captured me. I knew that I needed to get creative. I knew that I needed to work through my rage instead of make choices and decisions. Well, decisions in a sea of choices that were not really the best choices. So I went out into the desert and I just screamed like every week, just screamed. During the week, I would go into my garage and just dance and paint my face and just dance. Creativity. Instead of getting involved in the rage that was overwhelming humanity. Because during COVID, I don't know who was not in rage. Every one of us was either grieving, was either worried about money, was either in rage about something, was either in fear, was either hopeless. Nobody was at peace. I'm sorry, maybe the monks, but even the monks were probably doing their own having their own kind of fear moments. I was in rage. But because I'm a Zulu woman and I know how much like rage runs through the Zulu tribe, even though I'm a Zulu woman from the heavens, and that's my true family, I came through the Zulu tribe in South Africa, and the rage of the Zulus. Oh, the rage of the Zulus. In that moment, I said to myself, okay, this is ancestral rage. This is some serious rage. I'm sitting in my home. Nothing's really going on. My husband's recovering from his cancer. I'm dancing in my garage. I'm out in the desert just screaming like a crazy woman. So there's really nothing bad happening in my life inherently, but I was just feeling the collective rage of humanity, and it was coming through me. Instead of now creating a story that makes no sense, I said, what am I really angry about here? Yes, the immediate story was I'm angry at the healthcare system. The immediate story is I'm really angry at seeing all these homeless people in Las Vegas. The immediate story was I'm really enraged by how the medical system is treating human beings and how human beings are treating doctors and healthcare workers. I'm really enraged about this. Okay, that's kind of like a first start. But what am I really angry about here? When I sat with myself in the desert and just kept meditating and just screaming it out, and like I literally used to go out into the desert and just scream so much, and at night lay on the desert floor and light a fire so that the coyotes wouldn't come and snakes wouldn't come, rattlesnakes wouldn't come towards my campfire. I light a campfire and just lay there and look at the stars. And I was enraged at how much control was placed over humanity. When I came to this understanding, I was like, oh my God, there is so much control. And we have allowed this control to take over us because we fundamentally are afraid of death. So annihilation consciousness can control you and squeeze you and squeeze you and squeeze you, and you will twist, you will bend, you will bow, you will do anything. Then I had to make a choice. I said, okay, truthfully, I'm sovereign. I am sovereign. I belong to God consciousness. I am estranged from my family, so nobody can own me there. I, yes, am an American, but truly, America is all about independence and sovereignty. So I'm sovereign. But in truth, ultimate truth with a capital T, I am sovereign, belonging to only God. Only wisdom, only wholeness, only love owns me. Nothing else. I'm sovereign. Sovereign. And I was angry at how much control annihilation consciousness was trying to exert on humanity. But then I had to say to myself, but I am not humanity. I am Tembelihle Buthelezi. I cannot save humanity. Because number one, that would make me presuppose that I am God. My ego at that point is out of control. Out of control. I'm not God. Number two, I am not Nelson Mandela, who's going to save South Africans. I am not American president who is going to save Americans. I depend on the oxygen that everyone on planet Earth depends on, which is created by source consciousness. I depend on the earth for the food that I put in my body, which is created by source consciousness. The sun to give me vitamin D so I'm not depressed, created by source consciousness. The oxygen that sustains my lungs, the water that quenches my thirst, I did not create any of this stuff. So honestly, I'm just a tiny little puzzle in the greater whole. At that point, it becomes truly humbling. Because as much as the rage was coming through me, I said to myself, okay, I'm not really angry at what I think I'm angry about. And I had to peel back and say, okay, the rage seems like it's because of COVID and all of these other experiences that humanity is experiencing. But the truth is, I'm angry that I'm susceptible to being controlled. And I feel powerless. I feel powerless. I feel powerless. I feel powerless. Many of us believe that our power comes from our fame, our money, our job, our relationships, our health, our status, our possessions. As if you're a Christian, you probably have read the story of Job in the Bible. Whatever you identify with that is not your true self can and will be taken away. I think this is this is the irony of life. We wake up, we strive to be, to have, to be someone we are not, to have, which is not inherently wrong or bad. But in the process, we lose ourselves. And some of us just don't even know who we are. So then we end up getting involved in movements that you wake up 5 years later and you're like, huh? How am I involved in this? You end up getting involved in other people's stories that make no sense. And you wake up 10 years later and you're like, huh? How did I get myself involved in this? We end up working for companies that we find out are polluting the environment, killing, their negligence is killing people. And then you're like, I can't believe that I worked for a company like this. I really can't believe it. Now the shame and the guilt, unless you're a psychopath, then you're just like, whatever, I don't care. This is the nature of awakening. As we keep evolving, as consciousness keeps evolving, we start to recognize how we have been complicit in the destruction of people's lives, people's property, the dehumanization of other souls. And this is why I love traveling so much and living in other countries, not just traveling as a tourist, but like living in other countries, is I see the humanity in the culture that I'm living in. The human need. If you don't travel, okay, because maybe you work too much, you have children and you don't have the kind of money to be traveling, I understand. It's usually great to watch documentaries about other people's cultures and how other people live. There was a show before I went to India, 2017, I watched this documentary. It's called The Gypsies. Gypsies? Yeah. There's a song that I loved. Gypsy something. It's on YouTube. You can watch it. I watched it on YouTube. It was how the Gypsy Indians live in the desert. It was so beautiful, and how they understand death. Instead of crying and mourning and being sad at a funeral, they dance. And I was like, wow, that's a different way of understanding death. And I just really loved that. I really love that documentary. I love watching documentaries. If you can't travel, watch documentaries about how other people live. By watching documentaries about how other people live, it connects you to the humanity in that culture. When we're not connected to the humanity of the world, we tend to live this isolated life where it's like, my problems, my problems. The problem with that is that when we are not aware of other people's humanity, they tend to understand, oh, you're not aware of my humanity. You don't really care about me. And this is when the scams start. Here in Myanmar, on the borders of Myanmar and Cambodia, the scam centers, the amount of scam centers that they're now closing down, these are the scam centers with cryptocurrency, and they were scamming the Americans. These are the scam centers with love romance scams, and they were scamming the Americans. They were scamming the Singaporeans. They were scamming the Hong Kong people. Every country that has money, the scam centers, they were scamming them. South Africans were working at the scam centers. They were flying all the way from South Africa to work in the scam centers on the border of Thailand and Myanmar. And the Filipinos were working on the scam centers in Cambodia. the border of Thailand and Cambodia. Why are these things happening? Because we don't understand the humanity. We don't understand trauma. When somebody's coming out of war, they are so traumatized. They are so destabilized. You can get them to do anything and they'll agree. So, quantum entanglement in quantum physics states that if I hurt in Africa, you, America, are going to hurt somehow. Whether it's me scamming you with gold romance scam, well, not me. I have not been involved. Busi Buthelezi has been involved in these things. If West Africans must scam you for money, this is what will happen because they are suffering. If the Southeast Asians must scam you, it's because they're suffering. And as an American, you might say, but like, I'm suffering too. I'm suffering too. Yes, it's truth. You're suffering, but they're also suffering. Until we start to see each other's humanity, we will always be bombing each other. The wars will not stop. The scamming will not stop. The lies, delusions, illusions, lies, and confusions will not stop, and devastating consequences will continue. They will continue, and the anger will rise some more, will rise some more, will rise. The blame consciousness will rise some more, will rise some more. It's not going to stop. It's not going to stop. For the next 15 to 20 years, honestly, the rage that is going to infiltrate, well, it's already infiltrated humanity, but the rage is going to intensify as more people tap into this annihilation consciousness of no jobs. People are going to go into extreme fear. They're already in extreme fear. So the rage will intensify. And if there's rage intensifying in one country, it has a way of just spilling out to another country, to another country, to another country. We've seen it with the tariffs. So there's a rage in America, and then that rage is just infiltrating the whole world through decisions that are made. Decisions that are made that impact other people's countries, and therefore now they have rage towards America. And it's not all Americans that are involved in these decisions. We are a global family. We are a global family. Whether you like it or not, we are still a global family. What you do to one person will be done unto you. What you plant, you will reap. So even the ones that are scamming, they scam, they reap something. It works like this. It works like this. You plant, you reap. You plant scamming, something bad happens in your country. You steal from other people's resources, something bad happens in your country. But we are living with diaper consciousness, 2 to 5 year old consciousness, and we are wondering why all of these awful things are happening on this planet. Why we are facing collapse. We are confused about this. So Nelson Mandela's mission was a noble start. What I have come to understand is that until we heal our nervous system, which is truly what Nelson Mandela did in prison, I'm sorry, you can't sit 27 years in prison. Okay, yes, they're dehumanizing you. You are working in horrible conditions. You can't see your family. They are speaking such vile verbal violence towards you. It's either you become so bitter and so angry and hate humanity, which honestly, I was there last year. I was like, I cannot believe that my own sibling would do this. I literally couldn't believe that people were involved in this and how many people were involved. Psychologists involved in this. I'm like, now when psychologists are involved in this, where are the ethics here? When leaders are involved in this, where are the ethics here? I hated humanity. And then I said to myself, you know what? Okay, I know the truth. I can beat my drum and truth will reveal itself. I am going to work on myself because I cannot convince anybody of the truth. I cannot convince people that this scam started with Ishmael Tete and Busi Buthelezi and Doreen Hamilton. Ishmael Tete wanting to be what? Nelson Mandela? You didn't live the South African hell that we lived. You are not Nelson Mandela. You cannot help South Africans. Help your own country. And Busi Buthelezi being involved in this, and the scams and the lies. And Doreen Hamilton, I think what? You were going to be Winnie Mandela? It's madness. It's madness. People are crazy. People have gone mad. I was so angry. And I said, okay, I cannot convince people of the truth. I just need to beat my drum and work on myself and get out of my rage. Because if I don't get out of my rage, this is going to destroy me. I didn't even watch any of Nelson Mandela's speeches, any of Nelson Mandela's videos. I said, no, I need to work on myself. It is only in the past 2 weeks that I was like, oh, a long walk to inner liberation, a long walk to freedom, inner reconciliation. Until you reconcile with yourself, there is no forgiveness. So we can talk about forgiveness all day long. We can talk about anger management all day long. We can talk about changing the world all day long. We can talk about leadership all day long. All lies. Lies. Delusions, illusions, lies, and confusions. They are going to have devastating consequences. And we are seeing now the devastating consequences. We are seeing the devastating consequences all over the world. It is the ability to tell the truth that will free you. The ability to introspect, which results in inner reconciliation. Inner reconciliation allows you and your nervous system to come to a state of peace. It is a trap to think that you are going to be a leader and you are going to give people jobs, peace, and freedom. It is a noble idea, but it does not work. It does not work because we don't even know what kind of jobs people need. Because we haven't even begun to understand what purpose is. Let's have a real conversation, comrade. If you do not know my purpose, and I do not know my purpose here on planet Earth, what kind of job are you going to give me? It makes no sense. It makes no sense. So you're going to create jobs for whom? People who are purposeless? They're going to do the job and leave. They're going to be disengaged at work. These are the consulting engagements that I used to do. They're going to be disengaged at work. They're going to sit on their phone because really they don't want to be there. They don't want to be there. They don't really care. They just want their paycheck and leave. So now AI said, okay, these human beings are disengaged in their jobs. They really don't want to be there. Okay, so let's replace them then with AI agents. And now we are crying. Why are we crying? Don't cry. See it as an opportunity of such incredible change. Oh, amazing. Now, political parties and political leaders do not have to run based on lies. We're going to create a lot of jobs. We're going to create a lot of peace and a lot of freedom. Lies. Noble idea, but cannot execute. Ever. Why? Because number one, I am a sovereign being. I come from God consciousness. I am a small little puzzle in the cosmic purpose for life and consciousness to evolve. I am just a small piece like this on this planet. And there are billions and billions and billions of stars and galaxies and planets that it just, this black hole just keeps reproducing more and more and more, creating more. Okay, so you're going to give me a job. Okay, when I don't even know my purpose. Okay, for economic development. Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to come and take the paycheck and then, just go do my own thing, drink on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Because I'm purposeless anyway. So AI becomes the solution now. Get rid of these jobs. And let's let people go and find their purpose. Let's see what they're going to do. Let them go find their purpose. And the ones that don't know how to find their purpose, we'll give them universal basic income. Until you find your purpose, you are going to get involved in stories that make no sense. You are going to be all of a sudden Nelson Mandela and recruiting people, and it will be a nightmare. Nelson Mandela, leave this man alone to rest. Leave Winnie Mandela alone to rest. These souls have transitioned. Please leave them alone. Leave them alone. You will get yourself involved and in missions that it's like, what? And the problem is now you're getting other people involved in these missions. Now you're getting Americans involved in things that has nothing to do with them. You will join panther movements. Oh my God. You will be a revolutionist when you are just maybe a scientist. Because honestly, you're not really angry at what you think you're angry about. Most of us are angry at the injustice. But honestly, you are a sovereign being. When you heal your anger and regulate your nervous system, there is a more powerful solution than the rage, than the organized revolutions that are happening. They're going to kill you with these organized revolutions. They've killed many. They've killed many. This is annihilation consciousness. They've killed many. So what do? We just wait for them to come for us? I know. The answer is always inside of me. There are many organizations that are for life. We don't need to keep repeating what our ancestors did. Apartheid was hella hard on South Africans. I am a child that came out of apartheid and remembered my sovereignty. I am the face of divinity. I am not marked nor mirrored nor defined by apartheid. I am defined by my divinity, my oneness with God consciousness. And from there, different solutions reveal themselves. We keep going back. Yes, let's look at what has happened to our ancestors. Apartheid was really hard. Slavery was very hard. Racism is very hard. But if we keep going back and not healing the wounds and the injustices, not healing a community, heal thyself. Heal thyself before you even want to lead anyone. Heal thyself and be thy own inner leader. This is how the true inner revolution happens, inner reconciliation. Yeshua knew that he had to walk the path. The Buddha gave up his kingly life, royalty life, walked the path. Awoken to his enlightenment. Why is this so difficult for all of us to not be able to follow? Okay, I understand if you've got children, you've got bills, you've got what, but like this is the path. Inner reconciliation, inner healing. So I was watching yesterday Nelson Mandela's speech, and he was the banner was behind him while he was giving a speech. It was jobs for all, peace. Okay, so the jobs for all are going. Okay, I'm not really sure that this is going to work. This AI thing, I'm not really sure how it's going to work. It's annihilation consciousness. It's annihilating everything. Okay, it's one possibility. There are infinite possibilities in the field. So, okay, so the jobs now are going. So we're all in fear now. So we've all invested our fear into these jobs for all. Now the jobs for all is going. Okay, peace. Okay, so now how are you going to have peace when you're in fear that you can't take care of yourself? Honestly, how are you going to have peace? See, now this is when you start looking and analyzing deeply. Most of these political campaigns and most of these leaderships up until now, or recently, just 2020, we are now recognizing it was all an illusion. The peace that I have experienced, true peace, was when I was a Buddhist nun. I've experienced a lot of peace along my life. But when I was a Buddhist nun, I would get up every morning, 3:30, take a shower, be at the meditation hall by 4 o'clock chanting Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Okay, till 5:45. 5:45 chanting would end. You drink your coffee. You take your bowl. I had a silver bowl. And you go out into the community and you go and ask for food for the day, and you give your blessings to the community members, and the community members would give you food. Equal exchange. Equal exchange. So now if jobs are going, the people that live on farms, the people that live on islands where they can plant their rices and plant their bananas coming off a tree, fruit coming off a tree. These are the only people that are going to survive, I guess. And the monks and the nuns. Why? Because the monks and the nuns will be able to be the therapists, the spiritual therapists for the people. And they will walk out there barefoot, and they will come with a bowl, and the local people will take their rice that they've planted there and the bananas from the trees and the mangoes and whatever, and they will put in the monk and the nun's bowl, and the nun and the monk will give the blessing, which will be the stabilization of the mental health issues and the spears and all of this stuff, and then the monks and the nuns will keep walking. And the people will be calm. Yes. Because there's not going to be any peace. That was for me being those experiences. It's called Pintapat in Bali, which is the language of the Buddha. Pintapat. But in modern Buddhism, they call it alms. Alms. That practice reminded me that everything I need is already within me. The ability to learn the chants and sincerely, with all of my heart, go to all of the homes and just give a blessing. Just give a blessing from the highest, deepest, cleanliest parts of my heart, and be grateful for the food that I receive for the day. It taught me that all of my needs will be met as long as I live in integrity, as long as I live in truth, as long as I live and seek inner reconciliation, which is truly what I was doing at the temple. Chanting every morning, taking classes, meditating, inner reconciliation, working on my anger, looking at the sensations on my body. Oh, I have a sensation of fear here. Okay, let's work on that. I have a sensation of anger here. Oh, chung, I'm angry now. Let me work on this. Therapying all the Russians that were coming to the temple, the Myanmar people, the Burmese people, the Ukrainian people. I was of service, and I had a bed, and I had food, and I was living. All of your needs will be met. You don't have to be a nun or a monk. But when you truly engage in inner reconciliation, you will know what to do without getting yourself involved in criminal activities, and you will die a purposeful, meaningful death. Freedom. If you have no peace, you have no freedom. Why? Because you don't know when you're going to get caught. You don't know when you're going to get found out and exposed and off to prison. All of your scams, all of your things coming out to the surface. You don't know when you're going to get caught. You don't know if your Black Panther Party is going to get bombed. You don't know when you're going to be put in prison. You live in fear all the time. You live in hiding all the time. Like, this was South Africa. In South Africa, it was called Umkhonto weSizwe. And then there was IFP. The Buthelezis were the IFP. They were very violent. Very violent. The deaths. So I am so thankful for Nelson Mandela. Truly, I am really thankful for Nelson Mandela. Very thankful for Winnie Mandela. Very thankful. Because I learned, okay, which path do I want to take? And it was not the path of being forced into a president. I'm like, since when do I want to be a president? I've never wanted to be a president of South Africa. Please hear me well. I have never wanted to be a president of South Africa. I thought about it for a bit, and I recognized that I would be leading people who would tell me, yeah, in 2 months, I want a RDP house. I want free school fees, schooling for my children. These things don't work. Look at the America now. It's AI teaching children. Education system? Shh. Yes. Because as human beings, we are at a stage in human consciousness where we need to grow up. Take responsibility. Annihilation consciousness had us believe that we needed to give up our power. Don't take responsibility for your life. The government will do it for you. Not a big deal. We'll give you food stamps, free education, the best free education, we'll give you free medical, we'll give you this. It never works. It never works. Because what you are saying to me is that you are my God. No, no, no. Nothing on the outside is your God. Only the God that brought you through your mother's womb. You bow and nothing else. Because if you bow to anything outside, whether it's a job, whether it's a love boo, a relationship, a career path, anything, a spiritual center, they will abuse you. Because you're not sovereign at that moment. They will control you. They will have power over you. They will put you in positions that you never even wanted. They will try to own you. They will write scripts. And if you don't follow these scripts, now they will try to kill you. Yo, human beings, wake up to whom you are. You are sovereign. You are the face of divinity. When God woke up this morning, it looked at itself and as you and said, good. So very good. I'm pleased with what I have created. I'm so pleased. God does not sleep because God is energy. Okay, but just an analogy for diaper consciousness people, or for 2 to 5 year old consciousness people. We're at a time in human history where thank AI, thank it. Instead of blaming it, when you keep blaming it, it just fizzles out your energy and you get all upset and you get all angry and you get all twisted up and you worry and all your emotions just flood your brain and you can't think. Thank AI. That's that they were thanking AI. Maybe we thank Donald Trump. We thank all of the billionaires that are teaching us that we need to start taking responsibility for our lives. Blame consciousness is not sexy. It's not sexy. It is so difficult to get out of blame consciousness. I am here to tell you this. It is so difficult to get out of anger. Oh, the anger. Oh, the rage. But it's possible. It's possible. It is so possible to see the good and name it good. Maybe AI is what we need to push us into a place of, I need to take responsibility for my life. I need to figure out what my purpose is here. I'm not going to figure it out by roaming the world. Maybe I'm going to figure it out by tapping into the source, the wisdom, the intelligence, the love, the order, the higher purpose, the cosmic purpose that brought me here for such a time as this, in this transition and change, so that I can play an important, critical role. Not as ego, I am saving the world. Oh, you're going to be met with something so interesting. It will backfire so spectacularly. You will be so ashamed. But connecting with the cosmic purpose. The cosmic purpose will tell you what to do, when to do it, how to do it, and it will work out. When I was in the desert, screaming out up a storm and in real rage, cosmic purpose said to me, you need to go to a country which has not been colonized because you've been programmed by colonization. You need to go learn what it feels like to be sovereign. Not think sovereignty, feel sovereignty. But it had been 19 years of walking the Vipassana path, meditating, Buddhist path. 19 years. By the time I checked myself into the Soul Hospital and became a nun, the monastery, it had been 19 years of walking this path. And I could hear my intuition. And I still, even at the Buddhist temple, was experiencing some serious rage. And I had to work through that so that I could be here and share my journey, so that it doesn't take you 19 years, 28 years, however long. And I can share a path that is already proven. Because when people are angry, the lies are going to intensify. The theft is going to intensify. With AI, the delusion and illusions and confusions are going to intensify. The wars will intensify. In this time in human history, we've all got to learn how to just be equanimous. Decipher what's truth and what's a lie. How am I getting trapped here? How am I getting controlled here? Do I want to be controlled? Or do I want to be responsible? Do I want to be sovereign? Or do I want to be taken care of like a child? Because if that's what you want, they're going to control you. And it is a time for us now to find our purpose. What a great and beautiful opportunity to actually come to this planet to do what you had originally intended to do. What? That's amazing. That's amazing. Honestly, that's amazing. Whether it's just being a nun on YouTube. I'm not a nun. I'm no longer an ordained nun. I've disrobed. But just sharing life experiences and a path that does not involve you going to jail. It does not involve you being involved in theft and stories that don't make sense, and being a Black Panther and risking your life. Why do we have to repeat what our parents did? Our parents did what they did so that we could have a better experience. Why do we need to go back and be Black Panthers, umkhonto wesizwe? Why do we need this? It doesn't makes no sense. There's no evolution. There's no growth. I don't think Nelson Mandela and Martin Luther King and all of the great leaders fought and died so that we as the next generation could do the same thing that they were doing. That sounds like stupidity. Honestly, it sounds like insanity. Even Einstein said it. You do the same thing hoping for a different result. It's insanity. It's insanity. It makes no sense. Why did they die? Why did they experience so much hardship so that we can repeat? It makes no sense. It makes no sense. Okay, so long walk to freedom. Long walk to freedom, comrade. I said, oh, ngiyabonga tata. Thank you, Nelson Mandela. Ngiyabonga tata. So that was your long walk to freedom. My long walk to inner liberation. Because truly there is no security without inner liberation and knowing your oneness with life. And knowing that you do not come from your mother's womb. Yes, okay, technically, but you come from source consciousness. You come from a cosmic purpose. And you agreed to come to this planet with the knowing of what your purpose would be here on planet Earth. And that purpose involves evolving, consciousness evolving, not collapsing like we've been collapsing for the past 5,000, 10,000 years. We evolve in consciousness. We grow out of diaper consciousness, 2 to 5 year old consciousness, and we become spiritually mature. Mature. We do not repeat what our ancestors have done. They fought for us so that we could be here, so that we can evolve, so that when they reincarnate, they can come into a loving, kinder, prosperous, gentle, whole, creative planet. Not more wars, more illnesses, more hatred, more racism. Why this? It makes no sense. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. Okay, I'm hot today. Okay. So, yes, inner reconciliation. Ngiyabonga tata. Thank you, Nelson Mandela. Thank you, Martin Luther King. Thank you, Malcolm X. Thank you to all of the great leaders. To all of the great leaders. Gandhi, all of them. All of them. I am so thankful to all of the great leaders. I cannot name all of them. I've read a lot of them. Rumi, Einstein, all of them. I am so thankful. Oh, I'm so thankful. But we transcend. They set the stage for us. I used to hear this saying in America, that we stand on the shoulders of giants. This is what it truly means. They set the stage for us. Not so that we can go back and repeat. Does not make sense. For us to evolve. Spiritual maturity. Leadership maturity. We are not going backwards. We examine backwards the past. Oh, they did this and this and this and this. Okay, Nelson Mandela came out of prison and he said jobs for all. There's 42% unemployment in South Africa. Is this Mandela's fault? No. Because people don't know their purpose. So then they go into a job, they hate their job, they leave and they can't find another job. And then AI says, come on, I'll just create some agents. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. Let's create some agents. Go figure out your purpose. Thank you, AI. Instead of being angry, go figure out what your purpose is. You will find so much joy in it. Okay? And then you tap out of annihilation consciousness and you tap into life consciousness. Because annihilation consciousness would have you fear the loss of jobs. Life consciousness would have you expand. Tap into the cosmic purpose. The cosmic purpose has a job for every single one of us because we're employed by God consciousness. And God consciousness is a life consciousness. It says, I created you in your mother's womb. Therefore, I have a purpose for you here on planet Earth. You don't need to steal. You don't need to lie. You don't need to be Nelson Mandela, Winnie Mandela. Any story that is not yours. You need to just be yourself. Be authentic. Be yourself. Don't lie. Don't steal. Tell the truth. Inner reconciliation. Keep on going forward with your purpose. I created you. I knew you by name. I formed you in your mother's womb. I know how precious you are and what a mighty purpose you have here on planet Earth within the cosmic purpose. So thank AI. Bless it. Thank you so much, AI. I'm not putting my energy into this. I'm giving life consciousness my full attention. The Ankh, life consciousness, my full attention. I'm tapping into the cosmic purpose and I'm going to live out my purpose. This is what immortality is. You die a meaningful death. Right. Freedom. No, peace. You will never have peace when you do not know who you are and you haven't reconciled with yourself. You will be filled with angers that make no sense because the angers truly maybe are even ancestral. So we look back and say, oh, this is what our parents did. This is what our grandfathers did. This is what our ancestors did to get us here. Let me heal the angers and look at what they've done and be thankful for what they have done to get us to where we are. And then we move forward. Backwards, we do not go. We do not fight wars anymore. We do not hate each other. Racism ends. We stop talking about the struggles. Yes, they have gotten us to here. We move forward. Backwards, never. Forward we go. We figure out through our purpose, because the jobs are finished, through our purpose, how we contribute to more of life, more of creativity, more of joy, more of peace, more of wholeness by starting with ourselves, reconciling these qualities of God consciousness within ourselves first. This creates peace. Ultimately, this creates freedom because ultimately you are sovereign. You are free. You are free. Annihilation consciousness would have you believe you are a slave. Not true. You are sovereign. You are free. In the black churches, they'll be like, hallelujah. Hallelujah. In the Baptist churches in America, they're in the black ones, they'll be hitting the tambourine. But this applies for everyone, whether you're Buddhist, whether you're Hindu, whether you're Muslim, you live here on planet Earth. All of our teachers, Allah, Buddha, Yeshua, Lord Krishna. Have you noticed they have an Mary Magdalena, Mother Mary, Green Tara, Kuan Yin. They all were here to teach us how to awaken to the sovereignty, to this freedom that we say we want. Freedom will never come through wars. Freedom will never come through annihilation consciousness. Freedom will never come through stealing, lying. All of these things create inattention. Cannot. You are not free. You lie a lot. Inner freedom comes from recognizing that you come from cosmic purpose. God is your CEO, and you have a mighty purpose to fulfill on planet Earth, in concert with cosmic purpose. And that purpose, in my opinion, after I've lived this path for just myself, it is for more of life. Clean, beautiful, creative, holy. Holy. Not holy in the pious, righteous BS way of past religious dogma, but holy in that you live in integrity. You say what you say and you do what you say you're going to do. You do not create stories and lies and your gang of thieves and try to hide it and involve people that have no business in being involved in lies. You tell the truth. The whole truth, and nothing but the truth, and you reconcile with yourself. Comrade, this is how we move forward. Even for the YouTubers who are Black Panthers, no more war. No more war. No more war. Nothing has power over you. Nothing has power over you. Our ancestors have gotten us here. Backwards, never. Forward we go. Yes? With love in our heart. They can't touch you when you have love. Nothing can touch you. They can't kill you when you know you are immortal to begin with. Annihilation consciousness has no power over you. Stop giving it power. Okay. Hallelujah. I did a Nelson Mandela speech. Okay, I guess we can just sit in meditation and feel into the difference between reactive anger and sacred anger in your body. Notice how righteous anger feels expansive, energizing. Hallelujah, I've been energized today. And clarifying. Have I not been clear? You come from cosmic purpose. You are here to help consciousness evolve. We are here to move from diaper consciousness, 2 to 5 year old consciousness, into spiritual maturity. Very clear. Okay. While reactive anger feels contracting, you're always lying, you're always feeling scared that you're going to be found out and put in prison, draining, you're always chaotic, creating all sorts of dramas, and confusing. People don't know what story is what truth is what. Today you are Nelson Mandela, tomorrow you are Winnie Mandela, tomorrow you are Iyanla Van Zandt, next day you are a Scandal woman. What was her name? What was the name of that woman in the show Scandal? Olivia Pope. Next day you are this, next day, who are you? Please, let's ask a question. Who are you? Who are you? Human beings? Say, I honor my sacred anger as a righteous response to injustice and channel it towards positive action that serves the collective good. Do it in your own unique way. You don't know what it is. For me, it was just walking. Being tapat, blessing. Understanding that my needs will be met. Now I do it global. So I just want to close off with this. Tomorrow we'll have a nice little meditation. Today I just got real hot with Mandela. Long walk to inner freedom, comrade. No more of these things of wars. Please, human beings, let's evolve from this stuff. No more. No more. We are more powerful than this. If somebody comes to harm you in your own house, yeah, you defend yourself. But just starting wars for nothing, it's like, but why? It makes no sense. But why? Okay. So, let's just take a deep breath in through our nose. Another deep breath in through our nose. I had a energized moment today. Thank you for listening. I'm so thankful for listening. Thank you for being here and participating in the evolution of consciousness. Remember, you are the face of divinity. You are here for greatness. It is your mandate to live full out the cosmic purpose that is speaking through you. Yes? I love you long time. Long time. Long time. And I will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll have an easier day. Easier. Okay. Bye.